Hi, welcome back to Ion Radio. I'm John.
And I'm Ken.
And today we're returning with another Armada game.
That's right. And today we're going to fly one of our patron member fleets. So I'm flying a General Grievous fleet submitted by RedSpec01.
And I have an Admiral Ackbar list.
So just a quick shout out to all of our Patreon members. Big thanks to you. You're an integral part of how we can keep the channel going and expanding the ability to get you great content.
If you would like to join the ranks of those, there's a link down below in the description.
All right, so we're going to get right to the fleets, then to the action. Coming in at 393 points, I have RedSpec01's General Grievous fleet. General Grievous is on his own Providence-class carrier. It is the Invisible Hand. We have a flight commander, early warning system, expanded hangar bay, and ordnance pods. Moving on to a Recusant-class support destroyer, also with flight commander, flight controllers, expanded hangar bay, and boosted comms. For squadrons, I have DF S-311, the Hor-Chal prototypes, DIS T-81, and the Flak Afrock prototypes, which we are affectionately calling PAP. We have one droid tri-fighter squadron, 4 Hyena-class bombers, and 1 Vulture-class droid fighter.
Here is my Admiral Ackbar list coming in at 389 points. I had the bid and I chose to go second. I have an MC-80 assault carrier with Admiral Ackbar, intel officer, electronic countermeasures, advanced projectors, engine techs, the Home 1 title, leading shots, and quad battery turrets. Then I have an MC-75 armed cruiser with intel officer, gunnery teams, proximity mines, electronic countermeasures, external racks, leading shots, and also quad battery turrets. I then have a GR-75 medium transport with Leia, Bright Hope, and CommsNet. And to finish out the list, a GR-75 medium transport with Hondo and CommsNet.
Objective choices. John won the bid, decided to go second, and here's what he gave me. I have advanced gunnery, asteroid tactics, and solar corona. I'm going to choose asteroid tactics. I don't like the options of what John can do at range with advanced gunnery. Solar corona is going to hurt me more than him. And you know what? Asteroid tactics, between Grievous and getting a couple tokens back, that might actually help me out. So there we go. So here is General Grievous's fleet. We've got the Recusant and Grievous up on the Invisible Hand with the fighter support here. I did opt to use the Invisible Hand, so we have all of the aces are on board waiting to launch. I'm moving real quick with Providence just to try and angle into John's ships. Let's see how that works. And one other final note, because I've got 2 ships, John has 4, I do get a pass token. I'm player 1.
Here's my setup. Speed 1 for the MC-75, speed 1 for the MC-80. This is Leia, she's going speed 1, and this is Hondo, also going speed 1.
First activation of the game, we are going to do the Recusant. We have a nav, we're going to take it as a token, and then moving speed 2. Move him out of the way for a second. Here we go. And we are definitely out of range 1 of that proximate.
We're going to activate Leia. Leia's revealing an engineering, and she's going to pass it as a token over to the MC-75 and move speed 1.
General Grievous's ship. We have nav. We're going to take it as a token. And actually, since I'm sitting here looking at it, I forgot to mention EWS is on the front. And unless I say it, it's going to stay there. And we're just going to move 3 forward because the Providence does not move very well without a dial.
Hondo ship's going to go. He's got an engineering, taking it as a token, and passing it over to the big ship. Then we're moving our speed 1. We're going to go with the MC-75. Navigate, take it as a token, and slide ahead. Speed 1. Now we're going to go with the MC-80. Navigate. Also taking it as a token. Also just sliding ahead. Speed 1. And I believe that takes us to your fighter phase.
So since I'm the only one with squadrons, we're just going to move these guys forward. So let's start with the Hyena bombers. And then these other guys will fall right in line behind it, actually, John. If you're okay with me moving them like such.
Yeah, just move them.
And the only one that's out of the ordinary would be the Tri-Fighter, but he gets to move 5. We're just going to keep him in line with everybody else.
So you moved all your squadrons, so then I place Exergoths.
Yes.
Which will go down like this. You really wanted, actually this guy needs to go over here. So I can touch in like that. There we go. End of round 1, on to round 2.
So let's start with the Recusant again. I have a squadron command. We're going to use it as the dial, and we'll use it later with Flight Commander. And let's go ahead and move at speed 2 because we're out of range of shots. And I believe this will keep me out of range 1 of that Proxmine. Are we?
Just out.
All right. Good flying on my part. Now I'm going to activate the 4 squadrons. So I can do everything. Oops. So I just knock everything around. So let's start with these Hyena bombers. We're just going to get them as far over as we can and bomb into the side. So we get a red plus another red with AI. So here's the first shot to the side. With the AI, I get a 1 hit, and you cannot redirect, which is not going to matter. Let's get the second one. And I believe that should be within range 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's get him then. For 2 hits.
We will redirect both of it to the rear.
And we'll move this Hyena. Same thing. Crit. And a blank and no way to reroll that, I don't think.
We will just take it.
And then the final Hyena, we'll just move right up here and make its attack. for 1 regular hit.
Just take it.
Alright, and that should end my activation, I believe.
Leia's gonna go. She's gonna be revealing a concentrate fire. We're gonna take it as a token and pass it over to the ship. And then we're gonna go our speed 1. Done.
So we're going to activate Invisible Hand. Squadron, we'll use it as the dial. I have only the 1 vulture in range, so we're going to move him to attack the side of the GR-75. He only gets 1 red.
MC. I'm a bigger
Right,
ship.
you're the big ship. You got all these 75s in here, John. 2.
I will brace it to 1
Okay.
and take 1 to the hull.
And then what I'm going to do is use the token. We'll drop down to speed 2. This maneuver here. And as much as I would love to drop stuff, I think it's a little too clogged.
Hondo, he's revealing an engine. That's a confire. And we're going to pass it over to the ship, and we're going to move our speed 1. We're going to go with the MC-75, revealing engineering. We're going to use it and this token to gain 6 engineering points. So we're going to start by moving 2 shields from there over to here. And then we're going to regenerate 2 shields. 1 there and 1 there. And then we get to make some attacks. We're going to start by shooting... we'll shoot the MC... Oh, you're not MC. You're a Dreadnought. Long range, obstructed, so I will have to drop a red. So we're going to start the attack with 2 reds against you. And I knocked that right off.
That's okay. That's kind of funny.
So that's the start. Mm-hmm. And then because you're going... at this point, I'm going to intel officer out your brace.
Okay.
So target your... Yeah.
So intel the brace.
Intel the brace. And then because I'm going slower than you are, I get to add in a blue dice. And then I'm going to Ackbar in. For this will block your redirect, take 5.
So we're going to see how well we get to leverage Grievous. I'm going to spend out the brace anyways, so that brings it down to 3, and I'm going to salvo. So 1, 2, 3, and then I get to salvo back with 1 red, I believe. Here's the salvo for a double.
So I'm going to just take the 2 damage. Well, I forgot to concentrate fire, so I guess we're just moving on to moving. We're going to spend out the token, and we're going to jump up to speed 2. We're going to go with the MC-80. We're revealing engineering, and we're just going to waste the dial. And then we're going to flak out the side. And I'm going to hit everything in the front row of that. So we're going to start first with the vulture. 4, we will spend this out with leading shots to reroll that into a miss. And then we're going to attack the hyena for 2. And we're going to attack the other hyena. 4, spend 1 out with leading shot to reroll into nothing. And then we're going to just move our speed 1. And now we're going to activate the Exergoths. Both of them are in range of this guy, so we're going to start with that one. 3 blues against it. For it takes 1 damage and is activated. And then from the other one, it will take nothing. So that's going to be the end of turn 2. And these come up, and we're going to just place them right where they are.
I'm going to start with the invisible hand squadrons. We're going to use it as the dial and leverage that later after Flight Commander. We're going to make, I've double arc shot against the MC-75 at medium range.
Long range.
I'm sorry, long range. Let's start, doesn't matter, we'll start out the side first. My side to your side for hit crit. Block the redirect.
I take 1.
Okay. And then my front to your side for hit crit, block the redirect.
I will contain it, take a damage.
Alright, now I'm going to move. I'm at speed 2. And I'm going to overlap a bunch of squadrons. Him for sure. Him. Might just be those two, John. And then here's where I'll use Invisible Hand. I have Squadron of 5. I have to drop squadrons within distance 3. So here we go. Dropping squadrons. Well, we'll have some extra Gorths. That's fine. Don't know if that last one is in range. Yeah, this should be fine. And then I can activate 5. So what I should have done would have been to
Activate them when you place them.
activate them when I placed them. Of course, then I reverse them. And I actually get 1 more too, so I'll wait on that. But let's go through here. So DFS 311 rolls a red for a crit, but he's not a bomber, so that's nothing. I could swarm that.
No, you cannot. Swarm only works against squadrons.
Squadrons, you're right. Okay, Port Chow, another red. That's a black. Yeah. We've decided they have to be in here to count.
We're gonna brace it. No, we're just gonna redirect all of it to the front.
Now we're going to do DIS T81 for hit crit, but that's just the hit.
We'll take it as a card.
And then the final one is PAP with a blink. And for giggles, with the 5th activation, we'll just take this hyena here. Put them over here, and hyenas do 1 red. With AI, I'll get a 2nd. So crit and a blank.
We will use a tame to just take a card.
And that ends this activation.
MC-75 is going to be revealing engineering, and we're going to be using it to regen 2 shields onto this side facing. And then we're going to make a close range attack into your front.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be 2 reds, 2 blues, because we're going to be dropping a red dice due to the obstruction. And we're going to go ahead and take a roll in. Okay, and at that point, I'm going to say I'm going to intel officer your contain.
Okay.
Slide all these over, and then we'll keep adding dice in to see what we get. So we're going to be rolling in 2 reds with Ackbar. And then we're going to be rolling in 2 blacks with external racks, because I might as well use it, because how often are we going to be close? Okay, so I'm going to spend out this accuracy to re-roll, I think, all 4 of those.
You don't want to re-roll the doubles, John?
No, I do not. We're going to re-roll all of these and see what we come up with. And then we're going to take, let's see, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be 9. How much health do you have?
9 plus shields. So
9
at
plus
least 11.
shields. We will home 1 that. We will block your salvo, block your redirect, and intel officer your contain for whatever that is.
So I am going to spend out the contain because that's way too much damage. And we know me, structural damage has come up. So 2, 4, 6, 8.
So you have 2 shields?
2 shields and I get 6 damage cards.
Also, I'm just spending it, not re-rolling anything.
Yeah.
For the gunnery teams. Okay, and then we'll make a second shot.
Long range against the Recusant.
Long range against the Recusant. Okay, long range, front to side to front. And we're going to be rolling in the 3 reds. We're going the same speed so I don't get a blue. Oof, that's pretty horrible. And then we're going to Ackbar in. Or we'll switch that. You can't salvo, and you can't evade. Take 0.
Okay.
We're gonna go 2, land here. When I land here, I'm going to re-ready my redirect. Because of landing an asteroid, I'm second player. I don't take any asteroid damage.
So we're going to activate the Recusant because there's no point in activating using a pass token. Squadrons, we are going to use it right here. So the first thing that I'm going to note, I've got 5 squadrons. I can only activate 4. So I'm going to activate the 2 sitting right here at the edge. So as you can see, they're clearly in range. We're going to actually make usage of General Grievous. So these are vultures. Not vultures, hyenas. This one is going to go off the table.
Just off the table.
So he's out.
Boom.
He's
he
within
technically
range.
dies.
He's within range 5 of the invisible hand. So we're going to get a exhausted brace token back. And John gets some points. And then as he can't
He
actually
will not
do
be
it.
able to make it.
So he will not be one of the squadrons I activate. We'll go to the other ones proper to do some damage. So with the rest of my squadrons, we're going to start with the other hyena bomber. And I can come right up to you. So we'll go right here and bomb into the rear. So hyena bombers with the AI have 2 reds. So we start with 1, which goes out for a crit and another crit. So 2 crits.
We will just take 2 damage.
Squadron number 3 is going to be the vulture. Again, we can easily make it. Just make sure we're in range 1, should be. And he gets 1 red for a double.
I will brace it to 1 and just take a haul.
And then the Tri-Fighter is left. He moves at 5. Over to here. Tri-Fighter has a black die. for hit crit, but only the hit counts.
So we will redirect that to the side.
Now, when we were measuring, it would appear that I have a double arc. I don't have a double arc shot, but we noticed that I could fire my side into John's front. However, when we actually draw the laser line out, we cross the edge of the hull zone marker, so I have no side shot at all into John's front, and I only have a long range shot from my front to John's side. So stupid good maneuvering on John's part. Drop a red, 2 reds for 1.
I will just take the damage.
And then I'm gonna spend my nav token to drop to speed 1. And move like such.
We're going to activate the big ship. It's got a engineering. We will use it, and then it doesn't do anything. And then we're going to long range shot into your front, which would be 4 reds, drop a red. I'm going slower than you, so I get a blue dice added in. So and then we will Ackbar in 2 more reds. How much damage to kill you?
3 hull hits have to get through. You have 4. I've got a redirect, so
We block the redirect. And I need 1 more damage to kill you, unless that is a structural.
yeah. All right, well, I have to brace it, so I'm glad I got to use that. So that goes down to 2. Not worth the salvo, I don't think, at this point.
It's long
You've got-
range.
Yeah, so it's 1 red die and having to touch the ship. So, all right, we're taking 2. The critical is coolant discharge. Only 1 attack you perform each round can target a ship.
Okay, so we're going to move. We're going to move speed 1 forward and hope I don't ram. And I just don't.
Look at that.
So we're going to activate Leia. Leia's revealing an engineering. The engineering is being tossed to that ship that's about to die, and then we'll move speed 1. I'm just going to do all this at once. Then this ship is revealing a confire, and it's going to be tossed to the MC-75 as well. And then they both move speed 1. To there. Let's do Extragoths. This one's going to attack your ace with 3 dice. For block your scatter, take 2.
So, I will brace and take 1. Which one is it, this one?
Yes. And that is all that that one can do. So now we're going to go with this guy, and we're going to flag everything here and that Tri-Fighter. So let's go with the same guy I just did. For block your scatter, take 2.
Yeah, let's just dump the brace. We'll take 1.
Then we'll move on to this ace here. For take 3.
Okay, well, he'll scatter.
Then we'll attack the Tri-Fighter ace. Take 3.
Okay, he is also going to scatter.
The Vulture ace. For take 2.
Let's make him scatter too, John.
And then we're going to attack the Tri-Fighter on 2 health. For 1 damage.
Okay.
come up, and then we place them all back down.
I have one squadron, but it won't matter.
Oh, okay. We'll place them, and then it's not going to change where I place them.
So the one fighter here, I've got a Hyena bomber. As much as I would love to make use of getting him into play, we're going to throw him over here where it will be easy enough to run him off the board. So we're going to activate the Providence, and I've done something incredibly stupid. I have a nav. Might as well just use it as the dial. No, I'll use it as the dial. I don't care at this point. I have one shot, my front to, is it my front or is it my side? It's my side, right?
You could do either, it's your side.
My side to the rear of the MC-75. 2 blue dice, or red dice. For double hit with crits.
I'm going to brace it to 1 and contain it and just take a damage.
And I'm at speed 2 here. I really do not want to take front shot. I think I'll be okay doing this. We're gonna find out.
75 before it explodes. We have in engineering, we will use it with the engineering token to gain 3 shields back. We're gonna put 1 on this side and 2 into the rear to spread out some shields. Actually, no. We're going to move the 2 from the front to the rear, so that's 2. Regenerate 1 there on the side, and then we're going to regenerate an additional 1 on the rear. So that's all 6 of mine. So move 2, 2, regenerate 2, 6. So I have no shields on the front or the side, but I've kind of beefed up there. So let's make some attacks. I just lasered myself.
Me too. Good job.
Did we get both of us?
We got both of us.
Oh man, that's a good shot. This is not a good shot, but I just have you out my side.
Yeah.
So it is very much obstructed, so that's going to be 3 dice into 2 dice, plus probably an Ackbar. Just throwing it out there. So let's take a roll and see what we get. And we are going to Intel Officer your redirect. And then we're going to Ackbar in 2 dice. And then we're going to, with the Confire, reroll 1 of these. Or take 4.
So if I don't redirect, I die. I guess I have to redirect, John, because
Both of them to the rear?
yeah, and then I'm gonna salvo back.
You can't because it's obstructed. It's long range.
And we're long, so
Yep.
then I guess I'm not gonna salvo back, but I'm gonna redirect.
So
it'll be 2 would have gone to the
and then-
rear, and then 1 at the side.
Yep. And then we're going to shoot the front of your ship. It's going to be long range again, obstructed. So down from 3 to 2. We're going the same speed, and I get Ackbar. So here we go. Basically, how it lies is how it lies. Of course. Take 2.
This is to my front, correct?
Yes, it is.
Well, you know, let's we'll.
You can also cancel 1 for free.
That was the debate because we're long. So
Yes.
yeah, get rid of 1, and I'm just gonna redirect the other one over here.
Perfect. And then we're going speed 2. And we're going to move like this. And hopefully I'm out of range of that token, which I just am. Holy cow. Didn't really think about it until after I moved it. Let me slide this over. Just out.
Okay, my second activation. This is this mistake I made. This is a nav. This should be squadron. And we'll talk about that in the after action. But we're just going to take that as a token. And then I'm going to make... Come on. We're going to make the shot. Thank you. I only have a front shot. And the reason I only have a front shot is because, although I'm an arc of your side, we're out of range. So this has been twice now that I haven't been able to hit you where I want to. So my front to your side, unobstructed, 3 red dice. 4, 2. And there's nothing I can do about it, so...
I'm going to redirect one to the rear and then take that one on the side.
Okay, and then I'm going to move. I'm at speed 1. And we're just going to do this.
We're going to go with Ackbar. Ackbar's revealing and engineering. We still don't need it, so we just waste it. Wish I had a con fire, but neither here nor there. I have medium range out my rear into the front of your ship. I need 1 damage to land. So it is obstructed, so we go from 2 reds and a blue to 1 red and a blue. And I need a hit. How fast are you going?
Speed 2.
2 blues. Yes! I needed that. Here we go.
It's dead.
It is dead.
So it's going to go. I cannot use the salvo because of coolant discharge. So, yep, this comes off the table.
Okay. And then I have to make a decision what to do. And I think I'm going to flag every single one of your fighters.
Okay. We have...
That one is obstructed.
Okay, so can't shoot at Pat.
Well,
you could
it's
shoot at
obstructed.
him, but it's obstructed. You're double on both. Ah, okay.
Yep. So we're going to start here and move our way that way. So the guy on 2.
Okay.
For 1. Then we'll go to this vulture. For nothing, but we'll spend out 1 to re-roll for a hit on the vulture. Then we'll attack the Tri-Fighter with 1 health for 1 damage.
He's gone.
And then we will attack this hyena for 1 damage. And then I get into all of your aces and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start on this guy.
So that is the Horchow.
Yep. For take 2.
I'm going to brace it and take 1.
Then we're going to go to this Tri-Fighter.
Okay, that would be DIS T81.
Yep. Yep. 1 damage.
He's going to take it.
Then we're going to attack this other guy.
That's DFS 311.
For take 1.
He'll take the 1.
Okay, and then it's going to be a 1 dice against your 1 guy who has just a scatter
Just
1.
a scatter.
For a hit,
And
I intel officer your scatter.
Okay, well, I want to stay alive, so he's going to spend out the scatter.
Then we are going to move. And we're going to move right to there. So we're going to activate both of them at the same time. Leia's got an engineering and is passing that as a token over to here. And this guy, Hondo, has a con fire and is also going to pass it over to there. And then we're going to just move both of them one. And they just go straight. To there. Exergoths are going to go. This guy has every single fighter in range. This guy just can chomp down on that guy.
He was out previously. Because he should maybe have put him back too close.
Maybe. So I'll, yeah. So just...
There was, the one was supposed to be out.
Well, I did move him.
Oh,
from the last
true.
time.
All right.
Because he was over here last time, and this
You're
time
right,
I went
you're right.
down
From
because I
there
couldn't
it'd
hit
be-
those guys before either.
All right. So we'll just...
So everything.
Yeah.
So we'll start with that guy because he only can attack one. He just needs a hit to kill Tap Out. That's just a hit.
That is just a hit. No defense tokens. He is dead.
So that comes up. Now we're going to go through everything. We're going to start with the generics first. This guy has 1 health.
Okay.
He's
dead.
2. We're going to go against the Vulture for 3.
And he's dead. The Exorgorths are doing all the work here.
That's why I brought this objective. We're going to go against the Hyena on 3 for take 1. And it's activated. Then we're going to choose to go against the Tri-Fighter on 2 health. Here we go. For block your scatter, take 2.
So we will brace that to take 1, and I have to activate.
Correct.
Wait, you said the Tri-Fighter.
Yep.
That's him over here.
Then we're going to attack your next Vulture guy. Just leave it. Okay. For take 2.
So we're going to scatter that.
And then your last Vulture with full defense tokens. For block your scatter, take 2.
Okay, so he'll brace, take 1, and activate. And then the Exorgorth comes up. So I've got 2 squadrons to go. We're going to try and finish off the MC-75. So he's going to go here. And I think we're good there. So, he's got boosted counts, so we're good.
We're going to place this guy here like that to pretty much obstruct everything.
Yeah, that's you can do that.
And then we're going to place this one. Can I get this shot to be obstructed? No. So we'll just place that one right there. Now it's on to turn 5.
I have 1 ship left. The Recusant. Here's my squadron dial I needed last turn. We're going to use it. We're going to use it right away. So I can activate all my squadrons. Let's start with this Hyena hanging out in the corner over here. So I need this to get as far along as I can get it. He can clearly hit your side. So here's his shot, and then plus the AI is 2 hits with a crit.
We will brace it, and we will contain it, and we will take 1, putting me at 7.
Can I get this guy in? Not really. But let's move that tri-fighter first. Tri-fighter. Go up here. I believe that's a black die, correct?
Correct.
For a black blank, which
I think that means this might survive.
might survive, John. Let's get the Horchal guys out. So that's here. I'm just going to put him over here on the opposite side. Like so. And he's bombing with the red for a single hit.
We will redirect it to the rear.
Okay. And let's see what I can do with this hyena over here. I'm going to bring him to the opposite side. Wow, we've got some Exergorths here. But I need to be in range. Somehow I don't think, John, I'm going to be able to get out of both Exergorths without... I think I can tag you here. What do you want to say?
That's fine.
Okay, so I'm out of Exergorth range. We get 2 red, so that plus the AI hit crit on your side.
We will spend out the brace and the redirect to move one to the rear.
Okay. So that's all the squadrons I can activate. I have 1 shot. That's my front. And I can either go to your side or I can go to the rear, but then I'm obstructed. I'm going to take the shot to the side just to get the extra die. So here we go. I need what?
2 damage.
2 to go through?
Yeah, it's very dead.
I'll block your good contain, take 4, you're dead. So I'm going to add speed 1. We're going to stay at speed 1. And we'll move him out of the way for a second. And hopefully stay out of medium range of your ship.
So, again, we're revealing an engineering that we don't need. And at this point, I just need to shoot fighters. So we're going to start with shooting out my side. We're going to shoot this guy, shoot that guy, then shoot this guy. So we'll start with this guy on 4 health. For 1.
Okay.
And then we're going to shoot obstructed into that guy with 1 dice. For nothing. And then we're going to shoot this guy. We are just in range. Boop, with 2 dice. And
That's actually one of my aces.
yep. So we will spend the concentrate fire to reroll 1. Or take 1.
Well, if I don't scatter, he dies. So we're going to scatter.
Okay, and then we're gonna shoot out the front. Okay, we'll shoot the guy on 1 health first. See what happens.
Okay. Look at it go.
Block your scatter die.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna attack the one on 2 health. And say we will intel officer your scatter.
So I guess I'm taking 1, huh? Alright. Here we go.
Okay, that's all of my shoot-ins. We will move 1 straight ahead.
Cool, I get to make an attack at.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be great. 1 red. Blank.
And then I overlap the asteroid, and I overlap that ship, and I overlap that one.
Okay, so I will replace those later. You have that flak over there. I just want to make sure that you're not... You know what? I should be out of range of your exogorths here.
Okay, Leia's revealing in engineering. We're going to keep it as a token. And then the other one's also revealing a Confire, and we're going to pass it over here, and then we're going to move them. There one. This is not actually there.
It looked good on the map, though, John.
It did. And then we go to Exorgoth and Squadron. So Exogorth have no targets, so they come up.
And I only have one squadron, and we're just going to get him as far away as possible from anything that could harm him. So he's coming into the camera over there.
And then Exogoths go down here and there. And I think we could actually just call it here, because you're going to just move away from me. I can't kill you.
So I can rescue.
Unless I get something crazy on my roll.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I think that's pretty good, John. So let's get to after action.
Okay, welcome back. That ended up being a pretty tight match. So let's talk about the score.
Right. So right off the bat, I took out your MC75. The whole game, I've been calling it a GR75, which wound up netting me 144 points. You took out the Providence and a bunch of my fighters for 229. Margin of victory of 85 points. So 7-4 to John on this one. But I think a couple things could have changed that may have made that a tighter game and been a 5-6. I know right off the bat, and we were talking about this off camera right after it happened, was I used navs in turn, 4?
I believe so.
Yeah, turn 4, I decided to nav. I should have had squadrons, because John, your mantra on
if
any
you're
ships and
squadron
carriers.
build, straight squadrons. If you throw out a squadron dial because all your squadrons died, at least you had it there to try to do it.
Whereas my fear was I was going to run off the board, because you were just moving speed 1. I'm thinking, do I really want to run headfirst into that? In retrospect, yes, you definitely do. I'm going to agree with John, so I've learned something this game. But if you look down after that, everything was squadrons. So had I put the squadrons one more up, I just should squadrons down.
You should have had squadrons.
That would have killed the MC75 a turn earlier, and we don't know if it would have saved the Providence. Likely not. So, I mean, that is what it is in terms of how that works. The pass token that I got on this game,
it doesn't matter when you have 2 ships.
Yeah,
it really honestly doesn't. So it's a good thing, because most lists that are just 2 ships should just die. But it doesn't really benefit you, because you want to just be going first or delaying, but you can't really delay long enough against a standard build, which is 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 activations is your standard. Higher end for the rebels and lower end for everyone else.
And in this case, you had 2 kind of built-in pass tokens with your GR75.
I did. So they could pass out tokens until it's needed for the other ships to activate. And with them, I pretty much got almost every type of command each turn with all my ships when I needed them.
The other interesting thing that happened at the very beginning of the game with the proximity mines is it got me to want to just move a little bit over, which put my Recusant out of 2 shots, at least 2 shots from your MC75, which could have also helped kill it. So in a way, that allowed your ship to last just a smidge longer.
Yes, it did.
So good placement there, John.
Red Dice hated me, and
Yep.
they loved you.
They
Your
did.
bombers did insane. I don't know, not a single one of your bombers missed.
I think you're right. I think I
And
hit.
so, like I was saying, that each round, your bombers, your 4, did more damage than typically an entire game worth of bombing for my hyenas. So if we go back to the last season when I played, I think, was it a Grievous list?
I think it was a Grievous.
It was a Grievous list. And all I needed was like 1 damage, and I had 6 squadrons blank completely out. I hate dice. Honestly, I just hate dice.
I think the reason the dice did well today, John, was because this was not my fleet. That this was one of our patron fleets. Again, Red Spec 01, thank you very much. You lost, but man, you did frustrate John a little bit with those red hyenas.
Yes.
A couple cards I wanted to actually talk about, one of which will lead into our question of the day. The first is General Grievous. I think I figured out a great way to use him. You keep 1 or 2 cheap vultures close to the edge, close to invisible hand, or well, at least the ship Grievous is on. Run them off the board when you need them. And in my case, I ran a hyena off the board, and I had one that was just like so close, but speed 5 would have done it. I was able to survive, I think, 1 more turn because of that.
Yeah, so just to mention, our previous videos with Grievous, it was not clear if you could run off the board, and that was just changed by the AMG forums.
So perfectly legal to do that. The other card that I got to use, and this will bring us to the question today, the Invisible Hand. It was an interesting Alpha Strike type weapon where I could move in, especially with flight commanders on board. I was able to move my ship into position and drop all my aces right there at once and do a pretty good strike against the MC-75. After that, it just kind of became useless. So as a 1-strike critical turn weapon, it's not bad, but I think you're really investing a lot of points to get yourself to be able to pull it off correctly. So the question of the day, John.
Have you used Invisible Hand, and how has it gone? Because it could be very hit or miss.
So that wraps up today's episodes. Don't forget to check us out on all of our social media. Like us on Facebook. Check us out and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and join us on Discord. And of course, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.
If you would like to join Patreon, there's a link down below. Big thank you to everyone that is supporting us that way.
All right, until next time, I'm Ken.
I'm John.
And this is Ion Radio.